Hello. Thank you all for joining us. Um, as we go on throughout our week, we as Christians, we think about getting up on Sunday morning, getting up early on Sunday morning sometimes, and we put on our best outfit, make sure we look nice. We head to church, we sit, we worship, we sing, and this is what we sacrifice every week when a lot of other people will find other things to do with their Sundays or with their Wednesday nights. We make sure and make the effort, the sacrifice to go to worship God and to give ourselves to Him. But often we then leave the church, go to lunch, and maybe the wait time for the restaurant's a little long. And then whenever you sit down, maybe your server's not as attentive to your needs as you may like. It may take a little bit longer for the drinks to be refilled than you like. And then maybe you leave the restaurant and some people cut you off in traffic on the way heading home. And anger boils within you, and maybe some words come out that shouldn't. We are constantly trying to do what's best for God, but that can be easier sometimes when we sacrifice things like going to church. But then when it becomes difficult, in those moments when the pressure is on to do what's right, even when it's not easy, to do right towards others when it's not easy, that's when our true character can show. And as the writer of Proverbs says in chapter 21, verse 3, to do righteousness and justice is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice.
Mm. How powerful it is to simply do what God has asked us to do. And in those moments where we're really charged up, where we feel different emotions rising within us, and we're preparing for that moment where we have an opportunity to say something, and oftentimes we can say things in anger, and we're out of hurt, and it's not helpful. It's not the righteous thing to do. Our goal is to strive to serve the Lord at all times. And it's not just when we're at a building, not just when we're with Christians, but anywhere that we are. I think about how we treat one another, and how there are moments when we can anticipate the moment of truth, I guess you might say. And it helps me to calm myself and focus back, or repeat words like peace and grace and things like that. Like, have a peaceful thing to say, have a gracious thing to say. And so as we think about what we're doing, let's strive to honor God as we go throughout our days, even when people don't treat us well, even when people cut us off, even when people react to us in anger. Let's try and de-escalate the situation and try and do righteousness, to do the right thing, to do what God would ask us to do, what God would want us to do. And let's try to honor Him with our lives. Thank you so much for joining us today. Have a blessed day.